We're going to look at the chord of A major, commonly known as simply A to many people, but its true name is A major. Fingers we're going to be using on the left hand, finger 1, finger 2 and finger 3. Now finger 3 is going to play on the 2nd fret of the B string. The 3rd finger on the 2nd fret of the B string, 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, and 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, like so. So again, now you have to be mindful of this 3rd finger, to have it on the 2nd fret of the B string and not block the E string. A lot of beginners will do like this, will go like this, but we want, so really it's making sure that that 3rd finger has enough room. Again, this really does come down to having the thumb approximately about there on the guitar. That will help you greatly. Having that, and your wrist up as well. You notice, see how high my wrist up is there. Okay, we'll look at a D major chord now. We want the 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the thin E string, 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, and 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, like so. Again, I'm going to use an arpeggio. 2nd finger, 3rd, and 1st. Again, making sure the wrist up and the thumb is down. Eventually we'll get this D major chord. Now, when you have the hang of A major and D major, I'm going to show you a technique to change from one to the other. Now first of all, I'm going to show you what not to do. A lot of beginners will play an A major, take all the fingers off and play a D major. That is going to slow you up and you're going to ask to be frustrated. What we do instead, if you watch a lot of guitarists who can play, have an A major chord. Now I raise fingers 1 and 2, but notice I keep my 3rd finger on the string. I then slide the 3rd finger to the 3rd fret of the B string. Then I put my 2nd finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd fret of the E string, and the 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the D string. To change back to A, I raise fingers 1 and 2 slightly, bring the 3rd finger 1 fret to the left, there, put fingers 2 and 1 on. So from the change to A major to D major fluently, I raise fingers 1, 2, keep the 3rd finger on, move it 1 fret to the right, put my 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the thin E string, and my 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, like so. Okay, we'll look at the chord of E major. Now what I want to do, I want to have your 1st finger on the 1st fret of the G string, there. Then I want your 3rd finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, and then your 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the A string. Again, 1st finger on the 1st fret of the G string, 3rd finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, and 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the A string. Eventually we'll have this, an E major chord. Now, to change from D major to E major, simple flow process. From D major, raise your 2nd and 3rd finger and put the 1st finger still on the string, slide it 1 fret to the left. Now put your 3rd finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, your 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the A string. E major. So, really in essence, from previous lessons, we can play A major, to D major to E major fairly fluently. Remember to go nice and slow. To change from E major to A major, move fingers 2 and 3 literally down 2 strings and put your first finger on the 2nd fret of the D string. I'll go back now. To change it back to E major, put your first finger on the 1st fret of the G string, bring fingers 2 and 3 up 2 strings. I'll repeat that again. So fingers 2 and 3 down 2 strings, finger 1 on the 2nd fret of the D string, change back, put your first finger on the 1st fret of the G string, bring your fingers 2 and 3 up 2 strings. So in essence now, from the other lessons, we can have A major, D major, E major and A major.